So listen, you guys. So I am going to add the gentleman to this live right now. Okay, make sure you guys tag your people, tag your people. Support. Okay, this is Black owned business. So please support. If you guys been following him, y'all have questions. Make sure y'all have it your questions ready. Okay, I know he always said he got ADHD, so have your questions ready. Don't start off with questions right now. Okay, don't start off with questions right now. Let's just write down the questions, okay? And so when it is time to get to the questions, we gonna answer the questions, okay? So let me add him to the live. Amy, okay, we got DMV, cool, New York, Cali, DC. I see you guys. Hey, how are you?
How you doing, sister? I'm well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining the live. I feel like it's an echo. Can y'all hear us good? Drop like some thumbs up if y'all can hear us good. I feel like I'm echoing, but it's all good.
You sound good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Look, thank you for being awesome. Thank you for just putting out dope information, dope content. It's been awesome, like watching you. So, anywho.
Vice versa, sister.
Thank you. So look, let's just jump right into it. I got a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, they're saying it's an echo. Okay, it's an echo, but are we cool? Like, can y'all hear me good? Because if we can press on, I will. Is it a bad echo or we cool? Let me know. Just drop a thumbs up if we cool. Okay. They're saying it's a delay and it's an echo. Can you turn your volume down just a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
How about now?
Well, it's not bad. Somebody said it's bad, but other people are saying it's cool. So we just gonna push on. We gonna push on. Oh shit! They saying it's bad now. Okay, they say it's a bad echo, but look. Okay, we're gonna ask again.
Oh, they saying it's better now.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Okay, Umar. So listen. The people have a lot of questions. My audience may not exactly know your audience or know you guys just yet. So tell the people who you are and how do you serve.
My name is Brother Umar. I have been missioned with the Bureau Bullies. I'm a person who loves to read and study. And when I learn something, I like to use it first, and then when I see it works, I like to pass it on to others. So I just saw an area where I needed to serve, which was just I've seen a lot of people who are very successful, such as yourself, with fixing people's credit and teaching people about credit. But for me, I wanted to learn it on a deeper level. And so I studied that and I took it and I teach it to anybody who wants to learn.
That's awesome. That's so awesome, y'all. Like, I wish you guys have been following him. If y'all are not already, like, take a minute, like right now, to go and follow. Let me pin your page right here. So can't nobody say they don't know, like, where's your page? Is it the Bureau Bullies or just Bureau Bullies?
The Bureau Bullies.
Okay. And look, I'm from the hood, so let me make sure I'm spelling Bureau right.
You good?
Bureau.
Yes. Bureau. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm about to pin it. Okay. So y'all, do me a favor. Go follow his page right now. Okay. Because listen, like, this live is going to be good, but go to his page. It's even more gems on his page. Okay. So, what made you to decide to create your company?
Failure, family and finances.
Yeah.
I guess when I reflect on it now, I hate to say that it was, when I say failure, I mean it in a good way, because my favorite thing to do is fail, believe it or not. But just not being properly educated on stuff. And then, a lot of people who, and I'm sure you can attest to this, when you meet a lot of our people, normally their excuses, well, my parents didn't teach me. That's just not an excuse for me. If I wasn't taught it, I'm going to learn it. And I'm going to do everything I can in my power to figure it out, because, there's nothing that's impossible on the planet. When I first got into it, I had a lot of people tell me, law is only for lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
And people have witnessed now lawyers come to my class, so we've debunked that myth. The
Yes, come
law
on.
is for anybody who's willing to learn.
Come on, sir. I love it. That's awesome because, I feel that like for me too, I experienced the same thing. My family, we didn't really have anybody to teach us this information, but we had to like learn through our struggles. And, like
Yes,
you
man.
said, it's really important like that we don't just get depressed when we struggle, because you gotta have that moment to where you like look and see that silver lining. Your struggles, like what you're going through right now, is necessary for the people
Teach,
that you're to
teach.
bless later. So definitely, if you can get educated, like education is power, like we know that, we hear that all
Or,
the time.
but wait,
But
Sister Maggie, can I please put you on the spot?
oh, go
Number
ahead.
one, I love everything y'all do, but you retired your mother, and I think that everybody, people haven't. Renee's the one that told me,
Renee, I
and so
got
I'm
so
so
many days.
look, I'm so retarded. I did not the pages you messaged me from. I had no idea that you were the one that owned the 25K page. I
Oh,
never put two and two together until I actually read the bio.
yeah,
Like you said, I got ADHD, so I'll be looking at pictures and sometimes forget to read the bio. But
that's
I
okay.
figured out that you retired your mother. I just want everybody on here to know that you had to be spotlighted for that. I couldn't get off of this live without saying that in front of everybody. I
Thank
think that
you.
was something that was amazing, and I really, really love you and your sister for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, we try to, put people on game, not just because, it's profitable in this industry, as you know, but because like it's necessary. Like our people need to know, and we need to be able to practice what we preach. So yes, we retire our mother from this industry, from being our own bosses, from being entrepreneurs, and from getting educated. So, if y'all don't do it for no other reason, honey, do it for your family, okay? Do it for your
Or,
family.
or,
But okay, so look, so our mission is to educate and empower our people by giving them, options and means of going about living a better life through repairing, educating them on credit, and also educating them on leveraging credit. So if you guys don't know how to do that yet, stay tapped in. And so we also teach from both sides. We always tell our people about the laws that are there on their side to help them, as well as showing them, just educating them through credit, okay? Because I feel like your approach is so different though. Like your approach is, you actually have taken the time to like really look at all of the laws, or maybe not all of them, but it seemed like it. And for us, for me, it's like, because I ended up fixing my own credit. So my credit started, when I first started credit, I was at 420, got up to the 800 mark. And so I was able to help my sister, able to start helping other people in my family. And then that's when we were like, let's create this business. And so the letters that I use that work for me, those are the letters we first started out with and created a course with. And then we kind of started educating ourselves on the laws a bit more and started implementing the laws in our letters. And so we teach about the laws, but I swear, like when I read your book, which by the way, you guys, if y'all have not got this book, like y'all need to get this book, okay? And so I read your book and I was like, bro, like this dude literally, it seems like you just, it's in your free time, you just be out here reading laws. Like, so, and I'm just like, bro, I feel you, but I just, what? Like, that's crazy. But anyways, and so I was reading your book, you talk about, there's no law that says you have to pay a bill. And so I took that as, shoot, then it sounds like our debts and our obligations, but I could be wrong. Okay. So that's my take, but tell me, am I right? Am I tripping, and do you care to expound on that?
for you, I will definitely expound on that. And what you said, I don't want to. I want to rephrase it because people will try to run with your words and say you said something you did not say. So y'all pay close attention to what she said. What she said actually aligns with the law. If you look at the definition of debt under the FDCPA, they define debt as any obligation or alleged obligation, meaning because there is no law that says you have to pay a bill, it's up for you, the consumer, to decide whether the obligation is yours or not. If you say it's
Mm,
yours, you validated it, right? If you say it's
right.
not yours, it's an allegation. Nobody can say it is yours. So once you
Yep.
understand that, now you use the law to defend yourself, to not even prove, but to fight off this fraudulent debt collector that's trying to say something's yours that you said wasn't yours. And that goes for any obligation. So when we say that there, and not once, all the people who like to troll, they've never been able to find a law that says you have to pay a bill. They just come with a bunch of
Mm,
emotion. So it was very
Yep.
powerful for a person like you to get up here and say that, because that means a lot to me, because that means you're open-minded and you're willing to learn, and most people ain't willing to take that step. With them, it's just like, whatever I know is everything. And even for
Right.
me, I know I don't know everything, so I'm always willing to just learn, right? So even though when we decide to do this live, I'm like, I know there's something I can learn from this sister. So just the fact that you said it, that shows a lot about your character.
Oh, of course. Look, real recognize real. But I appreciate that. But so, back to the book. So when we talk about, it was an amazing book. And going to page 26, you talk about how corrupt and trifling, debt collectors are, which I'm pretty sure everybody on this live know, and everybody on the live has experienced a debt collector calling your phone or calling your mama or your cousin or your boss them, and you looking crazy. Okay, that's trifling to me. I don't know about y'all, but I believe that's trifling. But I try to talk to my people about not falling into the trap, because a lot of us can get intimidated by debt collectors. I before have gotten intimidated by debt collectors before, but that was before I knew my rights. And so, a lot of people fall into the trap of being intimidated by these companies because of all the stalls tactics and scare tactics. And the worst thing they can do is prove that this debt is yours and you end up paying. But a lot of times they're not able to prove that. And a lot of people don't really realize that. So can you kind of like expound on certain things that people should or should not do when a debt collector is contacting them, or should or should not do when it comes to somebody saying they owe?
Yes, ma'am. So if you ever notice, whenever a debt collector calls you, they try to get you to say you owe it before they say you owe it, right? So
Mm.
the way they trick you is, and I'll give an example. When you in business, a good salesman is taught to get 3 yeses before he actually tries to sell his product.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm trying to sell you something, I'll say, Sister Maggie, what's something you like to do? Do you like to read? You'll say yes. Do you like your hair? Yes. Do you like your shirt? Yes. Do you want to buy this? Now your brain's programmed to say yes again, right?
Mm.
So now let's flip that to a debt collector. What they do is, what they get you is they say, well, can you make this make sense to me? Why would I call you and ask you who you are? So they call you and say, could you tell me what your social is? Could you tell me what this is? They're calling you to ask you who you are when they
Right.
called you. Then they flip it and be like, yeah, did you get this credit card on May 1st, 2021? So you'll say, yeah, I owe it. Now you just validated it for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the end all be all, but that's all they wanted. Now they can say you owe it, right? That's how
Right.
they trick you.
Facts.
So with a debt collector, never say you owe anything unless you want to say you owe it, right? Never say you owe anything. I tell people to always do everything through the mail or through the CFPB. I know everybody hates snail mail, but I live by snail mail because you can
Yeah.
always prove it. Certified mail, green return receipt.
Yeah, I agree. And I tell you guys all the time, if y'all been following us, I tell y'all all the time, it's different ways you can approach it though. Like you can call them over the phone if you know what to say, but if you don't know what to say, be careful, talking on the phone, because like some people talk too much. Okay. Some of y'all be telling your business and your had a call coming through. But some of y'all be telling everybody business, including your own. And when we talking to debt collectors, we don't need to do that, okay? Like the goal is to not pay, regardless of if it's yours, if you owe it or not. Like ideally, we don't want to pay these people, right? So just watch your mouth when you're on the phone with these companies, because they do not have your best interest at heart. And do not be intimidated, okay? Do not be intimidated when they call you. But like Umar just said, like when they call you, basically it sounds like they're trying to get you to validate that debt. But you guys need to like flip it and make them validate the debt, because 9 times out of 10, they are not able to validate the debt, right? And if they are not able to validate the debt, the item should not even be reported to your credit at all, okay? So sometimes, a lot of times, if it's on your credit, it shouldn't even be on there in the first place, because they actually haven't even validated in the first place. So if you guys need debt validation letters, that is also in this book, honey. Anywho, so my next question is, all right, we always talk about, the rights that we have, but do you care to share any particular laws or rights that most people are not aware that they actually have and can use to their benefit when dealing with debt collectors?
So first and foremost, you have all the power. You have, I got to be very careful with how I word this, sister. You have the under 15 USC 1692 CC, which is cease and desist. You have the right to refuse to pay. That does not mean stop paying. Do not listen closely to what I said. You have the right to refuse. However you go with that, you go with that. But a consumer has the right to refuse. A consumer has a right to privacy. A consumer has a right to control what's being reported, right? A consumer has a right to an open-end credit plan. Um, the consumer is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. That is the United States corporation. So we are the most powerful piece on the chessboard, no matter how you flip it. It all starts in 15 USC 1601, which is the Truth in Lending Act. Everything starts, we have to really understand the power of credit. Like credit literally is the only product produced in the United States of America. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing everything else produced in another country, but credit is produced here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to truly understand that how powerful credit is and the fact that we can create it out of thin air. Not the banks can't do it because they could. They never asked us to come in. We can
Right.
create credit out of thin air. So when you realize you can do that, you should know all the power you have just from that.
Mm-hmm. And then just to like, piggyback off of that, like once you once you understand, how powerful credit is, and once you like, put that piece in your head, like leveraging it is a whole other thing. Like it's a whole other beast, because it's like, you leverage it on your personal side, and you can also leverage on your business side, and you can have multiple businesses, you guys. And you can, like, when I say leverage, I'm talking about getting money, like dollars, like from both of those things. And you can do it. And this is why, like on my personal page, I like to share, my personal experiences that we don't always talk about, like on the credit page, because I don't know, I just don't want to just get too personal and people aren't interested. But so for us, we have been able to literally go from 0 to 100, like go from
Mm,
making like not having a job, like literally I was unemployed, from being unemployed to making six figures in less than 3 months, you guys. Less than three
wow,
months.
wow.
My credit, investing in understanding how credit works, investing in books like this, get your knowledge up, okay, clean up your credit. And once you clean up your credit, start leveraging your credit, but also to understand like business and personal credit, using both of those things to really like change your life. Like if it wasn't for us leveraging our credit, we would not have been able to retire our mom in 3 years.
Mm, mm,
We wouldn't have been able to do that, like at all. And my sister, look, and it's almost like we don't work, but we work because, but it don't feel like work because it's
yes,
fun.
ma'am.
He was just shaking our ass on Instagram. Like, we got paid for that. Like, come on. Like, off of leveraging credit. It's fun, you guys. It's fun, bro. It's fun. Like, life is great. But
I
anyway,
love it. I love
so
it.
going back to this, can you touch on why you feel collection agencies are so crooked?
I feel all debt collectors are crooked because when you realize the truth, you just realize you were being damn near scammed your entire life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when you understand what a finance charge is and the fact that it's the sum of all charges in a consumer credit transaction, they've been credited and they're still abusing people by
Mm-hmm.
putting things on their credit report, by using fear tactics to make them think they owe something. You got to think like you have people who are afraid to check the mail because of a piece of paper. If that's
Yes.
not conditioning, I don't know what is, right?
Yes.
And so my father used to work at a circus, and this is what I equated to. They used to have these elephants, and they tie them to these tiny sticks. They put a chain on it, and they tie what a elephant might weigh what 5,000 pounds. So you'll tie a 5,000 pound elephant to a tiny stick, and he won't move because he was used to being tied to something big. He thinks that small thing is something big now. That's
Yes.
how all of us are conditioned with debt collectors. It's
Facts.
something this small that we're making this big because we don't know our power.
Facts. And
And
I,
that's
I
with every debt collector.
Fast, I agree. I was just doing a clubhouse the other day, and somebody was asking about the statute of limitations, and I'm like, well, the statute of limitations is different for every state, so you need to find out what that limitation is for your state. But they were saying like, okay, well, I could just wait until, because generally it's that 7 to 12 years before the item could just dry fall off, right? And
Mm.
so, she was asking like, should I wait? And I'm like, honey, you mean to tell me you're gonna wait 7 to 12 years for something to fall off your credit when you could literally get your credit together in less than a year's time, like less than that, and you could enjoy life. Like you can have a much better life.
Word.
But it's one of those things where I've noticed it's word of mouth amongst our community, amongst our family, amongst our friend, he say, she say type stuff, and we're more inclined to listen to like just the word, the strength of people,
Word.
small people who are still in debt, people who still have bad credit, versus opening up a book, okay, and you know what I'm saying, getting this knowledge. Like we have to do better. We genuinely, like, we gotta do better.
Yes,
um,
ma'am.
but also, so like, what are some things that you can recommend to the viewers to not be intimidated and to remain strong when dealing with, collection agencies, creditors, the bureaus, all these people?
Just learn your rights, and that starts with mastering the definition section of each statute that you're studying.
Mm,
Learn your rights, and you'll have no reason to be intimidated because you should be able to. What I try to get people to do is, and it's not going to happen from. That's why I was so happy you told your story, because some people would think that you just might have read one piece of paper and just ran with it, right? It's not a. I tell people all the time, it's not an overnight thing. It's an over life thing. So the people they see having success, they think they just did it overnight. No,
facts.
it takes consistency. Not I still, my team will tell you whenever we're all together, they witness me get up at 3 a.m. every day and study. Right, so
Mm,
it's a non-stop thing. Like it's not something you're just gonna read one thing on an Instagram page and change. Now that's happened for a few people, but I don't like that because everybody just assumes they can just read one book, one piece of paper, one Instagram post, and then they just mastered everything. It just doesn't
right.
work like that.
That's so
Right. So
true.
my thing is learn your rights and be consistent with your rights. And I tell people as fast as you can tell me your birthday, I want you to be able to tell me your rights like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, more now than ever. Well, I shouldn't say more now than ever, because I feel like Black people, we just been struggling, baby. We be struggling,
That's the truth. That's
and
the
it's
truth.
like, at this point, our generation, we communicate a little bit more than, the older generation. So, like, if you guys are on this live, no matter if you are of our generation or, previous generations, like, we have to get educated. We have to make a difference. Y'all know we don't longer do credit repair for you guys. Like, honey, y'all gonna get this knowledge, okay? Y'all gonna get this game, because it is really important. Like, it's 911 that you get it. Like, we teach you guys to educate you guys so that you can teach your kids kids, so that you can change, like, literally the trajectory of you guys' life.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's see, how has learning this information and teaching this information helped you, your loved ones, and the people who follow you? Because I know.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of my family didn't jump on board until they started seeing my students have success.
Yep.
So people say
Yep.
I'm mean for this, but I actually charged my family double to come to classes because
Wow.
you could have asked me at the dinner table, right?
Wow.
So now that you want to come when everybody else is having success, now you're gonna pay double because now I don't give family discounts. I charge a family tax, which is double what everybody else is charging.
I
Because when you have a person like yourself, and I know this is on topic, but it's a little off topic. Whenever I'm inspired to say something, Sister Maggie, I have to say it. So when you have a person like yourself, this is how I view things. A person like yourself will retire their mom and have some success, and people who are around believe you owe them just because they were around you,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for me, I don't believe that. I believe you don't owe them nothing. And the reason being, if Sister Maggie was as great as she is, why didn't you tell her back then? Why did she have
Facts.
to go through all this hell to figure it out? Right?
Facts.
And so the reason why most people don't tell other people they're great is because they don't see it themselves. So if a great people can, this is, and the further proof of this is what you just did. I got to make it clear, this was Sister Maggie's idea to do this live. She was selfless enough to do this, and so it further attests to the fact that she knows how great she is herself. Because only a great person can look at somebody else that they deem as good, being good at something, and be selfless enough to say, "Yo, let's get on the same platform." That's always been the biggest issue in our community, anyway. Is people not seeing how great they are themselves, so they don't see it in anybody else, so nobody gets anywhere because we can't come together on simple things.
Yeah. I mean, that's really simple. I feel like our goals align, as far as like what we want for our people,
More.
like we have to get we y'all gotta get this shit. Like y'all gotta get it. Come on, stop playing. We are waiting on matter of fact, we waiting on y'all, but the people that are connected to you guys are waiting on you guys. Like the people that you don't even know are
More.
connected who are waiting on you guys. Y'all like this is for me, like this has just been such a blessing to help so many people. Like we've heard so many stories, people who, have gone from like bad relationships to where like the spouse took everything away from them. They didn't
Wow. Wow.
get,
Wow.
people homeless, like living in shelters and just being able to, not only fix their credit because we did that for some, but you guys, majority of you guys did that for yourself,
More.
that
More.
big thing. And also to like let them walk away with the knowledge to know that I don't have to pay anybody else for this shit. If something else
More.
my credit, I can do this my damn self and I can
Bingo.
my kids. That's powerful. Like forget what you heard. That's powerful. Um and so like how can people contact you if they want to get in contact with you guys? Like how can they do that?
They can DM us. I don't run any of the Instagrams anymore, but they can DM the Bureau Bullies page, and the message will get to me if it's super important. Keep in mind, we do not give legal advice on the page. You can DM us on Do For Self 313, or you can email info@thebureaubullies.com.
Okay, so hopefully you guys get that. Drop some thumbs up if you got that. And let's see. So I want to like open up the floor. Before I open up the floor, because I saw in the comments like a lot of people were saying that the book is not out right now. So like, do you guys have another book or like how can
So
people?
the new one comes out. This one is coming out on March 13th.
Okay,
DL Operations will be back available tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
okay,
Um, that one covers the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and Bankrupted Bureaus covers Truth in Lending and the Fair Credit Reporting Act and a few other things. That book was a guide. I say this book is a movie, and we
mm.
will be sending this to you, Sister Maggie. So just
I'm sitting in,
I'm
honey.
not listening to you, Sister Maggie. You ain't got an option.
I don't do
We'll be
that.
sending it to you. All right. So
That cash app, honey, is getting. Don't do
I
that.
don't have Cash App, Sister Maggie, so you can't Cash App me.
Oh God.
Um, but we gotta. What way can we support you, Sister Maggie? You supported us more than enough. Tell us how we can support you.
I mean, listen, you guys can support us by just, continuing to do what you guys do. Like maybe we could just collab more because I really feel that it's necessary. Like I don't like to compete, I don't think it's necessary. I
It's BS.
walk my own lane. You got your lane, honey, because best believe I am not taking time to read a million laws. I'm not doing that. But if you guys want all these laws, definitely connect with him. For us, we know the letters that work for us. We have hella receipts on our
I
page.
love it. I love it.
Receipts on our page, what letters work for what clients. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all could just tap in with us, shoot us a DM. We respond to all of our DMs. If we don't respond to your DM, send us another one because we have like a lot of DMs that we get and sometimes we just won't see it. So just send us another DM. But yeah, I mean just maybe like just connect more, like do more lives if people want more lives. Maybe just like get more details, but shit, really it don't even matter. I just wanted to get you to come on here and like support your book because like I said, been following you for a minute. And like when you first came on, you hit me with an ad. So I was like, okay, I seen the ad. And then I was like, okay, first time I saw it and I heard you talking about like validation. And so I was like, okay, maybe like this is another like, creditor repair company and like they're talking about. So actually the first time I just kind of skimmed past it. And then it hit me with that. I was like the same. I can't think what it's called, but honey, I know what it was. Okay, the retargeting. There we go. The retargeting ad. Saw it again. I said, okay, what is this dude talking about? So I looked at that time, and then so I was like, oh, he's talking about some stuff. So I went to your page, and I was like, oh, this dude is really like he really getting into it. And so I was like, like this is different because I know, like I said, I'm not about to sit here and read hella laws. Like I love you guys, but I am not a consumer firm. I tell you guys that. go to them. Like, that's not us. So I was just like, this is great. So I was like, I need to get tapped in with your book. I need to tap in with like, like how you address your audience. I need to tap in because I want to make sure like before I reach out that we are going to be in alignment and like
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
just support you. I support all of your efforts. But I do want to open up the floor for anybody who has questions. So you guys can share your questions now. And we can try to like address all of your questions. But while they are dropping questions, did you have anything else that you wanted to like share? Like,
I'm about to interview you, Sister Maggie. Now, what inspired you?
oh, um, well, like your story, like I struggled too. I went through it too. For me, what was the first? I started, like I said, at 420 with my credit, but I found out because me and my spouse were trying to get an apartment in Cali when I was in the Navy, and I ended up getting denied. I ended up getting us denied. He got approved,
Wow.
but I got denied. And so it was really embarrassing. And I ended up going to work and I talked to one of my coworkers and he was like, let's look at your credit. Like I had never thought to look at my credit ever. And so he showed me, he was like, you have 420. I was so like dumbfounded with credit. I didn't know if 420 was good or bad.
Hmm.
But I started after that. I was like, okay, I hear you, but not really. And then I started like getting educated like years later. I ended up getting out of the military and then we got stationed in Japan. And so when we were in Japan, I was like, I need to we have 6 months to get a house. Like that was the goal, 6 months to get a house. And so I had to get our credit together, savings together. And in that 6 months, we were able to fix both our credit because both of us had, not so great credit.
Hmm.
And so in that 6 months, we were able to build up our score and we got to like the 600 mark. We just needed to be at like the 620 mark. And so we were able to get past that. We got our home fully finished, the model home. We got our car that had a $700 car note. We got that thing down to $100 a month after refinancing, getting our credit straight. I was able to purchase my then at the my dream car then. And just like so many more things. And so my sister was like, damn, I want to do that too. So we helped with her credit, got her spouse's credit together while her husband was in she gets on me about this because I always mix up Kuwait and Afghanistan. One of them Sam ass places, he was there. And once he came home to a brand new house. And
Wow.
so
Wow.
from there I started doing it the same thing for my cousins. And then we was just like, bruh, this is crazy. Let's teach. Let's do this.
Purpose. Purpose.
So
Wow.
yeah. So that's my story in a nutshell.
I love it.
Let me see. So they got a lot of questions. So let's see. So somebody says Caribbean Beauty 86 says Experian refuses to update my personal information because they said that it is reported by the creditors. They are reporting 10 addresses, all letters I sent, including my documentation. Next, you want to tap
Uh,
this, or you want me to tap this one?
you go ahead, Sister Maggie. We're on your platform.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, okay, good to go. I just want to be real. I'm on your platform, so I gotta respect your platform.
Go ahead.
Okay, so first I want you to look at 15 USC 1681A. Go down to number 4. Talks about a consumer's right to privacy. So your addresses are a private matter. I would cite 1681A number 4 as to why you don't want your addresses on there because they shouldn't have those addresses in the first place. Then I go to the next section, which is exactly 1681A, which is the definitions and rules of construction. And I scroll down to what should be excluded from a consumer report. And under the exclusions, I go to B. B says that any specific authorization of a credit card or similar device should be excluded from a consumer report. Now, that sounds like it's saying a Capital One purchase or American Express purchases. It's not saying that because a credit card under Truth in Lending is any card, plate, coupon book used to obtain money, property, or services on credit. So what it's saying is any card that you use to initiate a consumer credit transaction is a credit card. So this could be a license, a social. So any transaction that arose from your social security card is actually supposed to be excluded from your consumer report.
Wow. Listen, I hope y'all pick that up. If y'all pick that up, drop some hearts in the comments because that was a lot. Okay. And I know y'all ain't getting it right now, but when y'all go back to it, y'all gonna be like, wow, praise the
Now,
Lord.
Sister Maggie, they asked, are you saving this line?
Yes, I will actually save it. I was gonna text you after this. But yes, I am saving this live. Actually, Scott. No, this live will not be saved on Instagram. I will send this live to you so you can post it on your YouTube if you want to, and this
Okay.
will go to our YouTube. But this will
Okay.
not be saved on Instagram. So if you guys
Perfect.
are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, if you click the link that's in our bio and swipe up, you can see our YouTube channel and go ahead, give us a subscription. You know what I'm saying? We say that. But let's see. Let's see. So, what do you do if a collector refuses to delete a collection off your credit if it's paid in full? They only mark it as paid.
There are a few different methods that you can use. I know a lot of people say when they deal with that situation, they just go straight to identitytheft.gov and it pulls it right off. This it's not illegal at all, pursuant to 15 USC 1681C. But that'll definitely knock it off. You just want it knocked off. A lot of my students normally go back and get refunds. Like after they read the book and they see that they paid a collection agency or something, they normally go back and get a refund of that money. But it's really whatever you want to do. You just have to. The thing is, it's tough to answer the questions because it's tough to answer a question like that. I mean, because if I wasn't there, I can't just say do this, that, and the other because I don't know if it was a consumer credit transaction or not. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the person did. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
it's really you just got to write down everything that happened. I'll tell people actually physically write it down. This is what happened from A to Z, and then go read the law and see what applies to each section. Because I can promise you, you've been violated, and you just
yeah.
match it up.
Yep, that is so true. And like when you guys, like I said, from the way Umar teaches, he talks about different violations in the laws. And the way we teach it, we show you guys how to look at the way that it's reporting because the way that it's reporting is also like a violation as well, a lot of times. And so you can get money from different violations. So it's
Yes,
crazy.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Definitely want to remember that you have rights, you guys. Like, don't just settle. And how many like clients we've told this, like you can literally get money from items being reported negatively. Or I the way you teach it, of course I didn't know a lot of information that you teach, but I still tell people you can get money based on the way an item is reported and based on the way that collection agency or creditor is trying to handle you. You just need to know that particular law. And so
Yes,
I
ma'am.
tell like, listen, this right was violated, so you need to go and get compensated. And they don't
Exactly.
do it. They do not do it, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why you guys don't go after compensation. I genuinely don't get it. I know.
Some people are definitely afraid, and I guess when you so when you're like I love to use analogies, Sister Maggie, so forgive me. So if you think about like the cavemen. So now we know that fire can cook food, but a caveman didn't know that. So he was afraid of fire. So
Mm-hmm.
it took them years and years to figure out how to utilize fire, and they have proof that they were eating raw,
Yeah.
actually killing deer and eating them raw, because they didn't understand the power fire had and that fire could be utilized to help you. So the same thing applies now. A lot of us don't know our own power. We don't know the power of what we have, so we just let
Yeah.
fear overtake us.
That's so true. And you guys, like, just test out the waters. Like, look, we didn't test out the waters for you guys. So, yeah,
Or,
like, it's not like you're just going out there blind. Like, we literally
or
have tested out the water and we literally, like, give you guys straight guidance, instructions, like, for
yes,
real.
ma'am.
It. And, you don't have to do no guessing. So, don't. If you don't have to, you have people here that's willing to help you. I have another question for you. So, I know you guys are, well, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you guys a consumer firm? Like you guys help people get compensation if they have rights violated? Do you guys do that or no? Am I
We
tripping?
do not help you get compensation. We just help you gain clarity on the laws.
Okay. Okay,
So,
cool.
so what some people did, like one of our most recent students, learned her rights and went to an attorney and had the attorney sue, and they're actually settling for around 50,000 with two companies.
Come on,
And
baby.
we just posted that on Instagram about 2 weeks ago. She said I didn't feel comfortable enough to do it myself, so I just told him the laws and he did it for me, and they'll work it out. So whatever works for you. My main thing is just know your rights. So and then
Yes,
another one of our students who's just on here, she just settled with another company maybe a week ago. That live is up as well. It's just whatever works for you, do it. But my main thing is just know your rights. And just know what works for you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people may see Sister Maggie do something some way, and they be like, "Well, I'm gonna do it that way," and it may not work the same for you, because that
right.
was something that you did for yourself that was tailor made to you. You can't just do everything. You can't parrot everything and think it's gonna work for you. You got to find what works for yourself.
And don't be looking, like I tell people, don't look left, don't look right. And I like to say this, and I guess this is an analogy, but like how when you're driving down the street or freeway, right? And it's like you got an 18-wheeler. This is me bad. Like pretend you driving and it's like the guardrail here and it's an 18-wheeler over here. And for me, I'm over here like, oh my God. And look right. But if I'm looking straight, baby, I'm gonna make it. I ain't tripping.
Yes, man.
So I always tell people, don't look left, don't look right. Like, just stay in your lane, stay focused, honey, because what's meant for you is supposed to be meant for you. Don't worry about what else other people have going on. Just stay 10 toes down to the process.
Yes, man.
It don't work
Tell him,
out.
Sister Maggie. Tell him.
It don't work out. Let's see. Okay, so the replay is going to be on our YouTube channel. So if you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I know Bureau Bullies, link in their bio. They have their YouTube channel in their bio, and we have our YouTube channel in our bio. If y'all can't find it, send us a DM. But I'm going to ask 2 more questions, and then I'm going to let you go because it's a little late.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sister Maggie.
No problem. Let's see. So, well, I don't know if you want to answer this one. Somebody says, what is the process of getting compensated? You want to answer that one or not?
I don't like, because that's damn near walking on giving legal advice, and I cannot give legal advice, but I can tell you the sections that tell you. And it's interesting, the law doesn't even tell you how to get compensated.
Yeah.
And what the powerful thing about that is nobody can tell you how to do it. You find the violations, which the law spells out for you, and you go get it however you deem fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
However you see work. That's why, again, you see what works for you. Because the law does not tell you no step process. Like go do there's not one law that tells you go do this, that, and other. They don't tell you that. They just say, hey, if this happened, go get paid. You do that however you got to do it. Right? So 1640, 1692K, 1681O, and 1681N. Those are all civil liability sections. And just to see how much you're owed if you were violated under any of those statutes. And you got to decide how you're going to go about getting compensation, whether it's through the CFPB. However, you just have to know those specific particular sections.
Yes. Okay, last question. So, Sutar Shia, I'm so sorry, friend, if I tell your name. My Capital One account was closed because I missed 2 payments. I paid them sum and lost credit points. Now the account I have to pay and no access to the points. Wow, over 2,500 left on that one.
So if it were me, I would send them a letter requesting them to let me know how much my finance charge was on that particular account, because there's a finance charge in every consumer credit transaction. And I showed them in the law where, number one, insurance on that particular account was supposed to be included in it. So if you did default, it was supposed to be handled. Number two, I will let them know that it was the sum of all the charges. So anything that they were trying to charge outside of that, because a finance charge doesn't include cash, you've now committed fraud. And then I would actually show them in the law that no law defines what a charge-off is. So if y'all charged it off, please tell me what law you used to define, or what law you used to tell me what a charge-off was. Because I can't define it. I don't know what it is.
Yes. And, just to touch on charge-offs, because I know a lot of, my people don't really even understand what a charge-off is and how it affects you. So, a charge-off account is one of the worst type of accounts that you can have on your credit. And I say that because it reports every single month if it's an active charge off, if it's an active current charge off status, right? And so how does that affect you? It affects you because you can't really pass go. Like your score is going to remain stagnant. So this is the example that I use. So if you were the person and you had 10 collection items on your credit, right? And you had 1 charge off account, you get all 10 of charge off, or I'm sorry, all those collections removed off your account, but the charge off remains, your score is not really budging still. You still probably,
Mm.
and if that charge off account continues to report every single month, it can drag you all the way back down to the threes. So when it comes to like your laws, like if you can get a charge off accounts are really tricky too when you disputing them. So it's really clutch to know like how a charge off account is reporting if we're just solely talking about, you know, like random dispute letters, but also to know your laws, like he's saying, you guys, like if y'all have a charge off account or an account that's about to charge off, read this book, okay? But replay this live, replay this video, go to our YouTube channel and replay this because he just gave y'all game on the charge off. Like you do not want an account to go into charge off status. Like you really don't, okay? It'll be the worst thing for you. But
Sister
okay.
Maggie, what's the name of the YouTube channel so we can get everybody to subscribe?
So my YouTube channel is the same as our company. It's 25 Credit Repair Academy, credit with a K, okay? But like I said, it's the link that's in our bio, so you can swipe up and you can,
all going to subscribe, y'all.
yes, but also if y'all are my followers, please give him a like, go like his page, and also, you know, support his YouTube, give him a subscription, honey, because y'all know that's a blessing. But any final words? I really appreciate you being on. Someone says show the book again, so boom, this is the book, and I think it's available like what, in a few hours?
In 5 minutes, that one will be available, and then this one, if you didn't pre-order, the pre-order sold out, but if you didn't pre-order, this one will be available on March 13th.
Yes, tap in.
Thank you so much, Sister Maggie. We highly appreciate you. All of our people in general appreciate you. If they haven't tapped in yet, they should appreciate you. You guys are two amazing sisters. I just look forward to being able to continue to watch you guys grow. I love everything y'all do. Any way that we can support y'all or be of value to anything you're doing, please let us know.
Yes, likewise. I'm definitely gonna stay tapped in, but you guys be safe. It's crazy out here. Be safe, and if there's anything that y'all need, just let us know. But thank you so much for taking out.
Thank you, Sister Maggie.
It'll
be on her YouTube channel, y'all. For people who keep asking her to save it, she's putting it on the YouTube.
Yes. Well, all right. I will talk to you later. You guys be good.
Okay. Peace, Sister Maggie. Thank you again.
No problem.